Testing. Is this thing on?
So we just watched the documentary of 7 News on the UFO documentation. I'm going to add a link to the description so you could follow along. And this is purely a reaction discussion about that video. So you should go watch that first and come back and participate in the discussion and leave comments below. They came out with this report and they said that, these unidentified flying objects are real. We're seeing them as well. We should spend more money and investigate them because they could be a potential threat. What confuses me about that is that if these objects are claimed to do very high speed travel, they have an anti-gravity propulsion system, and they have all this advanced technology to interfere with our nuclear equipment, they could just fire off the nuclear equipment. What if they were a threat? They'd already have been a threat, and that just doesn't. I mean, does that even make any sense to you?
It doesn't make sense because they're saying it's a threat, but then they also say that they're so advanced that they know exactly how our systems work. So it kind of contradicts itself just in that, because if they're so farly advanced, and they let us know that in some instances, where they met at the cap point or for the planes,
Yeah.
that's a sign of them, them saying we know things, beyond what you think we know. And I think if they were a threat, they would be a threat already.
Yeah, and to be clear, he's referring to the rendezvous point that the pilots were, in secret of knowing in their training exercise, and they were supposed to meet at a point that this craft that they encountered already knew ahead of time where to go. So it shot from where they were to this rendezvous point.
That was a secret rendezvous point that only the flight pilots knew.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if a spacecraft is capable of that kind of intelligence, mind-boggling.
Exactly.